Alright everyone, I'm back with the hard drive. It's a Fujitsu 120 gig drive. I think it'll work in this computer. This should have, I think, OS X 10.5.8 or 10.6.8 on it, both of which this machine can run. And I know that because I know that the Core Duo iteration of this kind of machine did run with this drive and did boot up, however slowly. But these are not incredibly fast machines, so that makes sense. What I'm going to do is put the RAM stick in first. Oh, so let me put this over here. So put this here. So what we're going to do is stick the stick in. Goes in like this, at an angle. There we go. Snaps in just like that. I have the cover from the other machine, but I don't know if I actually want to use that. Okay, it does go on, but I'm not going to put it on. Alright, so now the drive. We need to connect it. This drive is actually kind of upside down, but let's do that. Okay, that's now in there. Well, kind of. I didn't like that. Okay, now I think if we just connect the power adapter, it should just start, and if it doesn't, well, I have the keyboard, so let's go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, that was weird. Well, the speakers aren't blown. That's a good sign. Display seems to work. Actually, I should probably pan this up a little bit so you guys can see that. Yeah, look at that. Ain't that some weirdness? Hang on, I'm just gonna check the sound on this because it seems like, I don't know, this is automatic. Attenuator? Schmuck attenuator. What does that do? Bleh, 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 bleh. Okay, that's probably worse, so I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Well, the screen is... The backlight seems pretty yellow, which is a little weird. Let's put the original keyboard back on here and see if that works. If I can confirm it does, then... Are there actually... Okay, I think there are fans in there. I don't know why this is freaking out. But whatever, let's just plug this keyboard in somewhere. Right there, I think. Right, yes. Okay. Alright, here we are. That works. So this machine actually does work. And, well, let's just see if it has... Oh, this is actually 10.7. This is from a different computer than I thought it was. And I know which one that's from, but anyway. 2.4 gigahertz. I want to see what GPU this has because that's going to be... Okay, the 8600M, so that's the same one that this one has. Although I think this one's in better shape. So I am going to swap the components. I might actually keep the 2 gigs of RAM in here. I might actually put this machine back together and just swap the speakers between the two machines because I kind of want both of the machines to work. Okay, here's the weird part though. Oop, okay. These metal things, I don't know if you can see that, but those are the things that I had to, well, we had to cut off of a different MacBook that I was mentioning in the previous video. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? Why is it... Actually, why is it freaking out? Is it because keyboard's not plugged in? That is why. Okay, so when the keyboard gets disconnected, the machine just assumes it's like thermally constricted or something and crops out the stuff. Okay, so whoa. 1920 by 1200. That's a higher res panel than is in here. So what the hell? They offered a higher resolution panel? Okay, that's something I didn't foresee. So let's do something with that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug both these machines in because I want to see them both run together. Okay, so I'm gonna need another power thingy. Let's go find that. Well, this machine's drawing 21 watts from the wall, which is okay. And here's another power adapter. That is not the right power connector. Okay, it's this one then. This is an 85 watt one. That'll for sure do for this. So what I'm going to do is, oh, it's already plugged in, so I'm going to unravel it from where it's raveled onto. Come on, there we go. I'm going to put it here. Actually, I'll just put it here with the other one. But yeah, the backlight seems to be kind of yellow. So that's a little weird. Okay, let's connect the other one. Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Okay. So these machines are the same size. They're basically the same model of machine, right? So, oh shit, it's running Windows. I forgot. So I'm gonna have to force shut it down, and then do this again, and hold Alt. Wait for the screen to come back. But I kind of want to, well, play some music on this machine, see how the speakers are. Okay. But yeah, the backlight of this one seems to be in better shape than this one, but this is a higher res screen than I think that has, so this is weird. Let's go to, no wait, oh, I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Okay, well that's not gonna work. Okay, so let's check the resolution of this panel here. Yeah, it's 1680 by 1050. So this computer has a higher resolution display than this one does, which is a little weird. I mean, let's go to actual system information here. Go to graphics displays. And as we see, this is a 1920 by 1200 pixel LCD, and this is a 1680 by 1050 panel. And this one looks really yellow, and that one doesn't. So, the hell is going on here? Is this just how this looks, or is this due to age? But as a result, I kind of want both of these machines working. So, it looks like what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to keep this machine as it is, and instead I'm just going to put the keyboard back onto this, because this machine seems to be fully working. So let me put this to, no, I'll just close the lid. All right. Because I kind of want to keep this. I want to keep this machine pristine. But I also want one of these that has the speakers working. So let's get this on the Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi network selected. We're going to do this one. Hang on. Okay, the minus key does actually work, despite being ripped off. All right, so now I'm on the Wi-Fi. Hopefully I'll be able to go to the, no, the mini SAC. That's the music sharing laptop. Okay. No, really? That is the password. So that's weird. It's not letting me in. Okay, fine. Let's share the screen. Let's do that. Should work. Maybe. Yep, there we go. All right, now, whoops. Let's go to desktop, albums, songs. I want to grab something. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. I want to grab something that I have. Maybe here. Yeah, here we go. Let's copy this. Oh, it's not going to work, of course. All right. How am I going to share files like this? Is sharing enabled on this? I have to check. Sharing is caring. Okay, it is. Users public folder. Sure. I have no idea what the password is on this machine. It's either there's no password or it's like T or Tweety or something. Okay, so let's go onto the network. Users MacBook, that's what it is. Let's, connected as guest. Okay, so maybe this will just work. Hopefully. Hey, it switched windows. There we go. All right, well that worked. So let's close all those, eject it from this laptop, exit that. All right, now let's go to the Dropbox, wherever that is. Public. Here we go. This should play in a QuickTime player. We can test these speakers. All right, let's go. Here we go. Oh, Java, get out of here. Okay, that's enough. I wanted to make sure that, well, the speakers work, but I don't want to blow them, so to make sure everything's still good. Okay, they look good. This is, I think, the first MacBook that had 4 speaker drivers. They all look the same size, but I think that's either a microphone or a tweeter. Yeah, all right. Well, that's cool. So let's shut this down. And I want to see if I can maybe install a different drive into this thing. Although I don't really know if I have one ready for this. So I'm just going to install this drive, the drive that's in here. I'm just going to leave that in here because it works. Is there orange tape on this? It's weird. Okay. All right. let's see here. Let's disconnect this. And let's see if we can get this put back on here. These metal things, let's see if they can be bent back into shape. Looks like they can, so it's very lucky. I think that's basically back into shape, and the other ones look fine. Okay. I don't know where the thing that goes here is. There's supposed to be like a bracket that holds the drive in place. But since there isn't one, actually I don't want to leave that in there. I'm going to go get a different drive. Okay, well, I was trying to avoid using one of these, but I think I should. I bought these SSDs specifically for things like this, use cases like this. So, see if we can slice it open with this. Okay, yep, that worked, I think. Yep, alright, let's get in here. And yes, I bought this SSD brand new to put in old machines. It's exactly what it's for. It's just a cheapo one. Not the absolute bottom of the barrel, but T-Force is always, like Team Group is always like the bottom of the barrel for me. So, yeah. I wasn't going to actually put this in anything valuable. God damn it. At least I have this nice cutting tool right here that isn't actually a cutting tool. Hey. Alright. Let's get in here. Ow! My fingers are not finging. Right. There we are. There is the SSD. Let's put the thing back in the thing. Don't want this random plastic thing floating around. Okay. There we go. The thing is in the thing. And the other thing is sealed into the thing. Okay. Now, let's replace this drive with it. Oh, jeez. I don't want to rip the thing. Okay. There's a lot of things in this video. Here it is. Okay, well, that's a drive. And the reason why I'm replacing it with an SSD specifically is because it's not for speed. It's just because, well, hard drives are much more prone to getting dead via. Wow, that is some dead tape. Holy crap! Hard drives are much more prone to just dying from accidental vibrations. And like if I dropped this machine with that drive in there and it was running, there's no way that would have survived, because there's no padding in here and there's barely any place to hold the drive. It's just the tension of the cables holding the drive in there. So yeah, it would be bouncing around, and I'm not comfortable with that drive bouncing around because I actually kind of want to keep that drive the way it is, not broken, because there's only so many of those, and I have one of them, and I don't want it to die. So that drive is more valuable to me than this one. So yeah, and this drive probably won't die in this machine. So I don't have any of the screws required to put this in. Damn. So we're just gonna have to see how to do it without the screws, right? Unless I have a bunch of screws in here that I'm not using. All right, so I don't know exactly how this goes on. Okay, that one is still bent a little bit. Oh, it's going in. What is keeping it from going in? That's what I want to know. Okay, that one's still a little too bent. There's something right there keeping it in. What is it? Keeping it from... The keyboard was just... That's weird. Why would it be flexing there? Oh! There was a really rusty bent thing. Okay. Oh, and there's another one right here. Well, those are much easier than the MacBook was to bend back into shape, so. Okay. Well, I might have to tape this down with duct tape, but this is technically on the machine. So yeah, let's do some of that actually. This is not going to be aesthetically pleasing, but that was never the intention anyway, so yeah. We're going to put it on sideways here. But I don't want to use that much. I want to do it like that. Okay, so let's put this on like this. All right, that'll work. And then more here, let's say. Okay, this might be a problem. Come on. Okay, I want it just to be there. No, I want it to be a little further. There. Let's see if I can... Okay, that worked. And that latch actually works pretty well. Okay, now another little bit. Oi. And then... Oi. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna put it here. Nope. Nope, here. And then I'm gonna squish it down a little bit just so it will go. There we go. All right. Now, oh, this hasn't gone in. Well, that's what this last piece of tape is for. Well, this probably won't be strong enough, honestly, to hold it on. So let's just see if we can do this. Do that, and put it here. Okay. Hopefully that, oh, nope, that's not gonna hold. Okay, we're gonna have to take that off. Yeah, so that's a dud. Let's try this again. Oh. Okay, it's really hard to tear off tiny pieces of duct tape. Never know it until you try it. Alright, so let's stick that down in there as we squish the thing down. That's too wonky. Let's try to get it straight. Alright, that's done. Now we close it. Actually, I don't want it like that. Okay. There's a massive gap in the middle of the case here, but I think we're just gonna have to deal with that. Actually, I might have a solve for that. There's this just massive gap right here that I really want to close that. So let's see. I have a small-ish minus bit that I can maybe... I don't know what the problem is there, though. That's what concerns me, is I don't know... Huh. It's not... I see the problem. Hey! Well, let's see if I can fix that. Not really. Okay, well that's fine. I met the goal that I came to, well, to reach. So, yeah, apart from all these duct tape jobs being really bad, this is good as new. Oh, and of course, apart from all the cracks in the case. But that's just because I don't have the screws. There's a huge crack right here. Yeah, there's a lot of flex. So yeah, the cooling probably isn't going to be very optimal, but for all intents and purposes, this is fixed. And now I have I have two 17-inch machines. One that has a fucking lower res panel, like the normal one, and one that has a more expensive panel that's like yellowed over time. Unless that's just how it was. Let's compare the weights. Okay. Huh, about the same. Although this one's lighter in the front because it has a hard drive. Sorry, because it doesn't have a hard drive. It has an SSD for the disk. So, all right. This is not level on the surface. Why is it not level? Is it missing a thing? I don't really know. I guess those are the feet. Those are some weird feet. Okay. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to transfer the... I want this OS on this computer. So we're going to have to do some, part of my language, some fuckery here. Yeah, and we're going to have to do it using this cable. Okay, I know what to do.